Let's do this thing. So I've been instructed to answer 10 questions and see if Annalise and I have the same answers. I think that's how this goes. So I got them over here. We're just going to kind of roll through them. So the game is called What Did the Groom Say? With a question mark at the end. And so, first question: who is the better dancer, Tyler or Annalise? I would hope with certainty that everybody, especially Annalise, answered that I am the better dancer. I've been told by multiple sources. I've watched a lot of dance throughout my years. I have rhythm. I think I am the better dancer. If not, I dance more than Annalise does. So therefore, that by default makes me a better dancer. So I hope she answers the same way. That's my answer, that I'm the better dancer. And we'll have the wedding to see that for sure. Second question: where do you guys want to travel together? That is a great question. I think we have maybe two different answers, one for each of us. And she might, I think she could get this, but for me, I want to go back to Europe. I want to go, see family and travel the way I did. My sophomore year of college, I thought that was really awesome. So that's kind of my dream, is going back there. But I think for her, it would be somewhere in the South Pacific. So like Singapore, the Philippines is where she went. She really loved it there. She did that over a J term. So going back there, maybe Thailand. She really likes that kind of stuff. Or at least those. I mean, she talks very fondly about the Philippines. So I would think that we would each be willing to go to those places. But I think probably more would be going to the Philippines or Thailand or something like that. So that's somewhat of an answer. Probably she would probably hopefully say the same thing, because we kind of have two different ideas on that one. Question number 3: who takes longer to order at restaurants? This is a great question, and I think it would probably have to be me, because Annalise, as soon as she sees a chicken Caesar salad, game over. Like, she's salad all the way. Pretty standard there, and there's a lot of chicken Caesar salads at a lot of different restaurants. Whereas me, I peruse the menu. I try to, of late, I've been trying to branch out and try different things. So I'm meticulous throughout the menu. I'm making sure, especially now she's got me working out. So what can I get that's also kind of low cal? It's not gonna fill me up too much. That kind of thing. So I'd have to say me, because Annalise is pretty automatic. It's a salad most of the time. Like, yeah, I mean, it comes to mind is like going out back, and she'll get a salad, and like that's just kind of her go-to. And I try to branch out a little bit more and expand my horizons in that way. So yeah, I take longer to order at restaurants, and hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, she might say the same thing. Sometimes she can take a little longer, but whatever. So 4: what is my favorite food? That's a tough one, because I have a lot of favorite like meals. So if we're going meals, I'd say my mom's white chicken chili is probably my favorite. I think I could eat that every day. Like that'd be really tasty, and I could do that. I don't talk about my favorite foods a lot, so I'm interested to see what she says on this one. What did I say that hers was? And so this is tough, because then I have two answers. So like, I'll go with favorite meal first. Her favorite meal, probably, and it's probably one that she, like, not one that she gets a lot, but one that when she has the opportunity to get it, she will, is like shrimp tacos, or like a good fish taco. I think that's like her go-to. Like she loves salads and all that stuff, but I mean, especially down in Florida, fresh fish. I mean, she'll get a fish taco all day long, I think, or shrimp. But then favorite food, like it's fruit, any kind of fruit. I mean, she'll eat fruit like apples and peanut butter. So probably those two, depending if you're doing like a meal or just kind of a food in general. But my food would be white chicken chili, and that's probably my favorite out of all of this. Where was my first job? This is number 5, by the way. Where was my first job? Can't forget to number it. Oh, I don't know if she's going to get this one because I don't think I've talked about it a whole lot. But my first job was at Dutton Christian, being a janitor my 8th grade year, or going into my freshman year, working for what I thought was a lot of money at the time, $500 for the summer. Realized that that's terrible wages, but that was my first job. So interested to see if she gets that or not. Number 6. What is one thing Annalise can't live without? It's her water bottle. Or water in general. Well, I mean, water for humans is true, but her water bottle. If she forgets it, the world's over. she can't go anywhere without that thing. So, yeah, if we forget her water bottle going somewhere, or if she forgets it in my car, it's, especially when we were at school, if she'd forget it in my car, I'd turn right around and bring it back to her, bring it to her as soon as possible, so that she should know that for sure. Number 7. What is his favorite movie? This is pretty easy. I mean, I have memorabilia all over my room. But the Star Wars universe. So like every Star Wars movie. I don't think she'll know what my favorite one is. So she'll probably go broad and say Star Wars in general. But after a lot of thinking and processing, once I got these questions, I thought a long time about this. But my favorite movie in there is probably chronologically movie number 6, Return of the Jedi. That's probably my favorite. No, it is my favorite. But if she gets that, that'd be impressive. But Star Wars overall is probably a good answer. Number 9. Who is more romantic? I feel like this is a cliche answer, but I would say Annalise is more romantic. At least more on a consistent basis. I think when I want to, I can be big and go big and do some big romantic stuff, but I'd say on a daily basis it's Annalise. She does a lot of things that I wouldn't think to do, and yeah, so I'd say Annalise. And then number 10, the last one, very heartfelt and deep. But what is Annalise's best quality? So I would say one of her best qualities is being very personable. And just, it sounds kind of, cliche or whatever, but yeah, personable, being very easy to approach. I remember that, before I had a crush on her and stuff, is, she was super easy to talk to. You could tell she cared about everything that you're saying, no matter who you were. I remember, when I first met her and started hanging out with her, I would talk to her, and I didn't know her that well, but, pretty quickly you knew that she was very interested in what you were saying, and, you were building a friendship or relationship, right from there, and she's not going to forget the conversation that you have. If you see her, she's going to remember you. She's going to talk to you. She's going to ask you how you're doing. So that's, I think, and it's kind of a basic answer, but I think it's the truth. She can make an average Joe feel like the most special person in the world because she just pays attention, and she's very attentive, and she really cares, no matter who you are, what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're going through. So yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, personable, just caring, heartfelt. Like, yeah, that's multiple, but I mean, they all kind of go together. But, and then that is it. Now that I'm looking at the list. So, little long-winded answers. You can shorten them up if you want to, but I hope you guys are having fun with what you're doing, even though this is the only thing I know what you're doing. And I hope the answers matched up. Otherwise, we might have to have a talk. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Have fun. We'll see you on the other side.